Hi everyone, you're back with Down to Mars. It's me, Bex, and first of all, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been supporting us, following us, subscribing, liking, sharing. Honestly, guys,
we love you.
We really appreciate it.
We really appreciate it.
We love ya. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Today's episode, I don't know if you caught the episode where we were speaking about mental health. This is a follow-on, and it's so strange because, as we were saying in the last episode, this year has been testing on all of our mental health, and I think it's actually put us in a really good position to like self-evaluate and self-reflect, and it goes hand in hand with mental health, I think, because we're ever evolving and ever changing, and I just feel like this has been the biggest year for me where I've been reflecting on myself, and you know what, it hasn't been comfortable all the time. Sometimes it's hard because it's like, you know, we are human, we have ugly parts of ourselves.
Yeah,
and
very ugly parts.
Yeah, and you have to you have to admit, and you have to, you know, face up to those characteristics that
100%.
That sometimes you don't want to face. So it's been crazy. How important do you feel that reflecting on yourself and reflecting on your actions, and because you've had a lot of time to
in lockdown?
Yeah, literally. How important do you feel that it's been in your life in terms of progression, in terms of change?
I think it's very, very important. I've only recently, probably I would say in this year, started to properly reflect. I probably thought I was reflecting before, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
And actually taking on board things that people say, like parts of me that I didn't realise. Like during lockdown, I think it was my sister and my mum had made a comment about me being really selfish. And I thought, I'm the least selfish person that there is. I do everything for everyone. Like I wouldn't put myself in that category. But then I had to check myself and think, but when it comes to them, I don't necessarily have the same attitude as I would maybe if it was my friends or if I was in a relationship. Like, so I had to really think, okay, actually they're not lying there. That's something that I need to work on.
Yeah.
But that takes a certain mindset. I think a lot of the time I'm very ignorant to certain things. But this, like I said, during this year, I would say I've definitely sat down and actually like taken heed of certain things that have happened around me and thought, you do have faults. Do you know what I mean?
I would probably agree on that matter, because it's the same kind of thing. Like I feel like I've always felt like I was really self-aware, and do you know what I mean? Like when people bring stuff to me, I feel like I'm taking it on board and I'm, you know, acting accordingly. But in actual fact, it's like, no, you wasn't, because when you're really self-reflecting, it's, as you said, it's uncomfortable. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's not really, it's hard to look into yourself in that way, because I feel like it exposes so much things that you suppress. Like, am I making sense?
Yeah,
I
get what you mean.
So things that you try and put to the back of your mind, like for me, I know that I can be really cold, and as I've said before, I'm quite emotional, but I can also be really, really cold, and that's something that I'll do to like protect myself.
It's a safety kind of.
But it's not an act. So like genuinely, I am feeling cold, but that's just me not allowing myself to get in my feelings. But that's not always a good thing, because like I feel like I'm being aware of how other people are feeling, how I'm feeling, and I'm not really doing that. Because I'm numb to it in a sense. So because I've committed to this is how I'm going to deal with it, or this is how I'm going to go forward with it. That's how I'm doing it. So I don't care whether you're hurt by that or you feel away by that. And that's something that I had to check, because this year especially, I feel like I've had to kind of, cut off a lot of loose ends. Not even loose ends, like there were situations, there's just been things that I've felt uncomfortable with, and I haven't really been, because I wasn't happy in myself, I couldn't nurture those relationships or those friendships. I didn't have enough to give, do you know what I mean? And I feel like you can't, I always say that you can't pour from an empty cup, and I think it's so true.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're not at a good place with yourself, or you're at peace with yourself, you're gonna find it really hard to be able to give to other things and keep the relationship going or the friendship going.
And I don't always think it's an immediate thing, you know, like I feel like there have been traumatic situations, and it's not been until a few months, like for example, I've been in a relationship, this is a good few years ago, left the relationship thinking I'm the victim, I've been done wrong, oh my days, how can he move like this? Then slowly as time's going on, I'm piecing it together and I'm realising, wow, you was the witch. You was the witch. Wow, you really did this. But it was shocking because it's like, raw. That is the person that I could really be. Like, I didn't know that I had that character.
Yeah. A lot of the times we'll victimize ourselves.
How can my man do that? Is he dumb?
What did you do? What did you do? Really? Like, what was you? No, I'm not asking you.
I was like, look at her like,
I was getting, wow, you take me to a new level.
Figure of speech, what did you do? Are you asking yourself, like?
Yeah. I don't ask myself that enough.
Really?
No.
Even now?
Now I probably do, but before I'd always think, you guys know what I'm like. You said I'm a ghoster. You think I check myself? You think I really leave a situation and check myself? No, I don't.
That's bad though, Abby.
I know, but sometimes I just kind of think like, I just cut things out sometimes. Like, if it's something that someone I really care about or a situation I really care about, then I will like talk about, like if it was a friend or something, like I would discuss it and think like, well, like, am I being mad? Like, am I moving mad? Yeah. But if it's, it just depends on the situation. But like I said, this year I have really checked my thoughts and felt like it's quite like scary because you just see sides of you that you didn't think was there. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's probably what I avoid as well.
The thing is, you have to like experience it, accept it, make peace with it,
and change
it.
And what you said is the making peace and I think that's the part that I struggle with most because me personally, I don't really like to apologise in it. Like,
I don't know.
It's one of my worst traits that I hate having to say, you know what, I don't know, I was wrong. I'm getting better at it, and as I'm getting older, I think it's coming with maturity. Like, all right, you know what, my bad, I shouldn't have said, you know, I shouldn't have, etc. Whatever. But the apologising bit is the hard bit, and then actually checking yourself for your actions. You said that your mum and sister spoke to you about being selfish. Like, since then, how did you deal with that situation? Have you apologised? Have you changed? Like, what gone?
Yeah, no, I've definitely changed.
What gone? I
changed and I realised, you know what, like, at first I just went to why does my mum want to spend time with me? Like, hello, I'm in my prime, I want to go out. Sorry. Now I think, you know what, like, if I had daughters, you know, I probably want them to spend time with me too. So now I just say to my mum, like, come, let's go get food. Like, do things like, we'll spend more time with her and stuff like that. But then it's just traits of me that I have to still work on. It's not there yet. Like, we went shopping the other day and I'd bought something, ordered it online. And she said, can I just get my nectar points? But no, nectar points can't be done. You know, it's like, it annoys me, but I think if it was someone else, maybe I wouldn't be so abrupt. But it's not like, it sounds mad, but sometimes I think you're like that with the people closest to you. You take your anger out on people, not anger,
I suppose because you have the most like, you're most comfortable with
But then she did get a bit like, she was a bit like, you didn't have to act like that. You was rude to the guy, the customer service. You was rude to me. I was thinking I wasn't rude, and I was thinking,
bad girl.
Yeah, but sometimes you can just be a bit ignorant. I can be a bit ignorant in situations, and I'm just a bit.
Ignorance is real.
So,
and that's I will feel like I will be like, I'm not ignorant. I'm so self-aware. And then when I really deep it, like, especially when I get in that like angry mode, like once, because that's a different me. Like me on a day to day is like cool. I always try and consider everyone else's feelings and try and be understanding of that. But once I move into that different like angry realm where I feel like I've been hard done by, I'm just so, the only thing I can think about is what you've done to me or how you've made me feel. It's like, fuck how you, I don't give a
I don't give a heck. I don't give a heck.
And I think it's purely as well, like, period. I feel like there's a difference as well when someone actually comes to you with like, not a problem, but like they didn't appreciate the way that you moved in a situation, to when people don't come to you and address the situation. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a big...
Yeah, but as I've said before, I think that comes down to realness. Like, if somebody has wronged you and you are that close to them and you can face not addressing that, I think you're a fake person.
Yeah.
I do.
Or you comfortable with confrontation. Though.
It's not about confrontation. Like,
it's about value.
Say I've had a problem with you, for example, and I'm seeing you, Narissa. How much times do we link in a week?
Oh yeah.
What? Like, no, but seriously though, that would be like me having I'm linking you, you know. I'm linking you.
And just harbouring those feelings.
We've been there.
I'm speaking on
not us.
We've been there. I'm speaking slang. That is what I'm using as reference. That is what bewilders me. You're in my face. You're
not saying,
but secretly you're holding feelings mad.
But that's what's mad. Like, listen, because
whoa,
you know what it is here. Have you ever had like you've had a falling out with someone, or they've come to you, they want to tell you their problems with you. So as the conversation's gone on now, they're bringing up like
things from 2 years ago.
And I'm deep in it like, raw, so you've been holding that, you've been feeling like that. Yeah, you gotta go because how can you, I cannot be friendly with someone, linking someone on a regular basis.
And holding grudges from 2 years ago.
And then,
the minute opportunity presents it, it's like,
like this,
yeah.
That's irrelevant at this point.
I'm actually shocked because I am sitting down with you, we're doing the friend thing, like we're cool. You're not going on to me like you've got an issue with me. But now, because this one thing has happened, you want to bring up, you have an archive.
Sometimes though, people just like throw up things for the argument's sake, to back up their argument. It might not necessarily mean they've got a problem, but they're throwing it up like...
to the table, like... Okay, cool.
Do you see what I'm saying though?
Because I had an argument with my brothers the other day, and I was just saying something.
Yeah, it's not bothering you now.
I was back to the corner. I was
I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. And it doesn't always bother you. But then I suppose it depends on how people like articulate it. If they're articulating, actually, I have a problem with da-da-da.
Listen, when they start bringing up, you did this on da-da-da-da-da, and you did that on da-da, that means they've been sitting down and holding rating.
On a bad boy piece of information.
They are witches, let them go. Like, don't even, finish the conversation there. Like, cool, I hear you, I'm out. Because that's how I feel. That's how it makes me feel. Because
you should have brought it to me at the time.
Yeah. And I'm not perfect, and I will do things that will piss you off, and I might do something that makes you feel away, of course, as we all do. But when it comes to like people that I have around me and I value, number one thing is I'm always gonna have respect for you in it. Like I'm always gonna, I might, if you get me mad enough, I might lose that respect for a second. But my problem with you, I'm gonna voice it. You're gonna know. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna know why I feel away. I'm gonna let you, we can't move past that until we've addressed why I feel like this. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't be fake. I can't sit down and you act like I'm cool when I'm not cool. So it just makes me feel mad that there's people that are so cool with being fake.
Yeah, and suppressing their feelings.
Definitely, just being grudgeful. But being grudgeful is one of them things I feel like is very internalized, and it speaks a lot about how you feel about yourself, innit? Because I don't think I struggle with forgiveness. But I struggle with maybe like, they say forgive and forget. Yeah. I can do the forgiving part. I can understand that people do certain things sometimes, you know what? And if you came to me and tried to fix it, cool. But it will never leave my mind. And I feel like when that has happened, when I'm entering into new situations, like I try to be as open as I can, but this is another thing about being self-aware. Like I know I have a preempted thought or a preempted gist based on my past experience, and that's something that I wish I could completely let go of.
Yeah. Like, I think we've all got that though. I feel like you've got things that kind of.
Like you hold grudges though.
I don't hold grudges.
Because I ain't got that. So.
No, I don't hold grudges. But what you were saying, I do think if something's happened to me in the past and I'm now going into a similar situation, I might be a little bit apprehensive.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily put them in the same category.
That's different though to actually like holding.
No, I wouldn't say I hold a grudge, but
I would say you do.
Hold a grudge.
Yeah.
How do you think I hold a grudge?
I feel like you do hold a grudge.
Down to Mars, everybody.
Okay, hold on. What? No, I'm joking. I don't think I do.
When somebody wrongs you, it's hard.
I don't like them anymore.
It's hard for you to look past it. It's hard for you to look past
Trisha?
it.
Trisha, you got to talk to her?
I'm actually more in this situation.
No, yeah. It's hard for me to look past it, and it puts me off with them as a person. But I don't know if I hold maybe that is. No, I don't think I hold a grudge. I just don't like them anymore. Wow. There's a difference. Because you've wronged me. I was supposed to say,
But I'm not being funny, Not just because somebody wrongs you doesn't mean
they probably don't like me. If they've wronged me, they don't like me, so I don't like them.
People make mistakes sometimes,
Maybe with time, it probably lightens up. Don't get me wrong, but when it's fresh in the moment, I don't consider that holding a grudge. Holding a grudge is being like constantly going on and on about this. You trying to say? Okay, so in our previous episode, we talked about mental health and about how
this is being bad, man.
No, because in the episode we were talking about you must vocalize how you feel.
No, it's true.
But then guys, don't vocalize because the rest say you shouldn't.
No, listen. Talk about your feelings and stuff, But then at the same time, I think Listen, if you say you don't hold a grudge, that's fine. I don't.
We'll talk about it after this episode because I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't hold grudges in it. For me, I find it really easy. Not say I find it easy to forgive people, but I feel like there's levels to the disrespect as well. Okay. So if somebody, like, I've got family that I don't talk to and they can never chat to me again, and that's that. I've got friends that I don't talk to and they can never chat to me again. But then I've got friends that I don't talk to, but if they came to me on a level and they said, you know what, I did this, I'm going to reason with them and try and find an understanding because I have that respect for them as a person, and we've got that. We've been there, do you know what I mean? So it's like, cool, I want to hear you out, do you know what I mean? But then I think you have to be able to differentiate, like,
what's worth.
Yeah, because sometimes it's like you'll be so hung up on something, that someone's done to you, and they ain't even pennied it like that. Do you know what I mean? Like they are sleeping fine, it's not bothering them,
you know
they're
what's
good.
So mad on what you're saying. Okay, so I fell out with an old, I don't even know how we fell out, but we basically stopped talking, innit? And then this year I've met one of our mutual friends and they basically said to me, oh, Ra, what happened between you and I'm not even really giving it a second thought. Yeah. I'm just thinking, but what the person was saying to me is like, Ron, they was kind of hurt by So that made me look at myself. Yeah, I had to look at myself and how I had, and then I actually started to think about how I had dealt with that situation. I thought, Ra, no, Bet, you need to go and you need to make yourself, because what you've done is bad vibes.
Yeah.
What I had actually been bad vibes, and I was a bitch. So I had to go.
We're all guilty of it at some point. Yeah, at least you know.
I know, but it's that actually going to go and, because I told you I don't like apologising, but me actually going to her and saying,
I remember you saying that.
I felt bad for it afterwards. I'm like, I'm not saying that we're going to be tight again, but I'd had to get off my chest, bruh. It's, you know, I apologise, innit?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because it's probably affecting you more than it's bothering her.
I hadn't thought about it until the girl said it, but I just thought, I don't want that vibe on me. Like, I'm not a bitch, innit? So I don't want to be like someone out there thinking, she was a bitch. For no reason. Like, I didn't even do nothing to her. And that was where it was.
And I suppose you probably, like, you've grown from that situation. So you probably feel like, do you know what?
Yeah. And you realise, once you start going through life, you realise there's things that are so much deeper than what this person does.
Like the beef is not worth it.
Sometimes I'll be not talking to someone and I think, why don't we talk anymore?
Yeah,
like,
what happened?
Like, what did we fall out over? I can't even remember.
That's the worst one because it's just like, a whole relationship has done here, and what's the reason?
Yeah.
What's the actual reason?
What was the reason?
It's crazy still. You have to think about how you approach situations, I think, as well, and be wary of how you're dealing with people, because you never know, like, down the line, how it could come back and bite you. And especially like in my future situations and in situations I'm anticipating or I'm going into, I'm trying to keep a positive mindset now. Like where I said, I think about things from the past, I try not to do it. And I think that's good, because manifesting good things, I've seen the results of it, and I've seen that, it really does. But if you start thinking about positive things, start thinking about good things, like 100%. You'll get a good situation. But not everyone manifests. So sometimes I'll be talking to people like, your energy's off. They're looking at me like, you're a mad girl.
Always your energy. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I suppose some people aren't really comfortable with like because I will say manifest, but some people aren't comfortable. They will more say, okay, I prayed on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's
similar.
It's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? It's because when you're praying on something, you're willing that to be in it. You're trying to bring that into your life.
Speaking it into existence.
It's the same thing. If you're someone that speaks negatively on your life constantly, or you're only shit, I'm not gonna do that, I don't look good, blah blah blah, that's how you're gonna feel, and that's how life is gonna continue to feel, because you're willing it to be that.
That's why
there's a lot of power in the, I remember my gran used to say there's so much power in the tongue, like what you say, and I never used to really believe in it, but now I feel like certain elements of my life I can actually say
100%. And if you got, say you have like an idea or something, or you got a project or whatever, idea for something, and somebody is, you got someone around you that doesn't really believe in it, or they're not really supporting it. That's gonna have such a detrimental effect on what you're doing, because they're giving you bad vibes.
Yeah.
Bad
I've been
energy.
there before where I felt like, and you feel like you should be happy, like you're my friend. Why do you not like? And a lot of people, again, like when you're trying to push something, some people are able to see you succeed or want to see you succeed. And some people, it's a struggle for them. They can't see you doing better than them. So they kind of like make you feel bad.
I don't even know if it's a better than them thing. Like some people are so small-minded. They think the words right out. They're like, they think, oh, I might say, oh, rah, and I've said it before, yeah, and people might like little things like, I'm definitely gonna have a Bentley by the time I'm 30, and people be like, what the fuck, like your question, but. Your mind is small. Maybe you won't have one by the time you're, but I will. Yeah. And they can't grasp, like, wow, how could they possibly think that they're actually gonna, or how could she possibly think she's actually gonna? But everything I've said, I've done it. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Take that. I think like sometimes that I'm a little bit like I'll give them a little bligh sometimes because I think it's not always their fault. Like, I feel like your environment plays a part. If you haven't really been exposed to people that think that way, if you haven't tried, like, for me, a lot of that mentality came from reading. Like, actually reading, doing the research, thinking like, okay, how can I think like that? Like, how can I stop thinking like this? I don't feel like I've ever really had like a negative mind. I feel like I've always been positive, and I'll always try and like look at things from a positive angle. But more so in the last year, I'd say like that has just
got better.
Yeah. Like I know how powerful my mind is. I know if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. When I put a commitment in, and if I'm putting in the work and I'm not seeing results, then it's like raw. But if you're actually putting in the work, you're gonna see the results. And if you're willing, this is gonna happen. We've seen it. We've sat down and said, okay, we want to do this, we want to do that by this time, and we've done it. Do you know what I mean? So I think that shows how powerful
the mind is.
But do you know what? Not even just the mind, it's actually action. Because it's like when there was a certain period of my life when I'm doing things like I'm just not like that. Like I'm trying to think of exactly what it was. Like I'm smoking all the time. I'm just kind of like I'm working, but I'm just kind of chilling. Like, I'm not really doing this. I'm just kind of like.
But you know what you want to
coasting.
Do.
Yeah, I'm just kind of coasting. But as soon as okay, cool. You change your mind. You start manifesting. Cool. Then it's the actions. Alright, cool. Instead of this weekend, like when I'm like 19, going on this date, why don't I go sort out this project? Go, you know what I'm saying? Changing my actions, and even now, like the other day, I was saying to you, look, I want to start volunteering. You know, and then go and action that, and speaking to my girl, trying to pattern. You know,
certain things.
Yeah, and it makes me feel better. And as that's coming, I'm feeling better, and I'm doing what I want to do. So I feel like, there's power in the mind, but there's power in your actions. And just the little things that you may do day to day, changing your mentality, like dropping out smoking all day, not drinking a bottle of wine every day. Do you know what I mean? So little things in your actions as well, I feel like it's so important.
I think just having the faith, like
faith is key.
If it wasn't for faith this year, I would have dropped out. Like, I would have, because it was just
everything was coming one thing after another.
You get over this, and it's like, okay, cool. Can you handle that? Can you handle that? No, I can't. Sorry.
You know, all I've been saying to myself is, God would not give it to me if I could handle it. God would not give it to me if I could.
100%.
There's been times this year where I thought it actually could have gone, like, speaking seriously, I could have fallen into deep depression, and it's like, but I can't do that right now. Like, I got people leaning on me, like, I can't do it. But it's literally a make or break, like, make or break. It's felt like make or break moments. Yeah. And it's literally just that power of like my faith, like God, praying, and sometimes and I feel anxious. That's all I can physically do, like pray, like, okay, cool. I'm grateful, I love you, thank you. Do you know what I'm saying? Try and
100%
get that, because otherwise
I never really used to even pray until this year. I can't lie. Like I would try, but because it didn't feel real, then it would just be like, it just didn't feel like forced. Yeah, it just, do you know what I mean? Like, please God, did it. Just go to bed, like, you get on your knees, like, no, innit? Now I know that, okay, I can have that conversation. It doesn't matter how I conduct it or whatever, as long as there's purpose to it, and it's authentic, it's genuine. Do you know? It's come from a genuine place, innit? Yeah. And I notice the difference just in terms of just how it makes me feel. Like there's so much stuff this year where I feel like I could have felt like I could have been really down in the dumps. Do you know? I couldn't let it really bother me. But having that mentality, like I know that what greater things are coming, like, and I know that. So whatever, it doesn't matter whether Sue's telling me this or Pam's telling me that, like. Like none. I'm not even watching that, because I know what's coming to me, and I'm being patient, and but at the same time, as you said, action in it.
You have to pen to a paper. Like that's the thing. Like like I said, what we...
Not even just pen to the paper though, actually get
yeah,
up and do
do it.
like,
Yeah.
Like it's not good enough telling people I want to do this and I want to do that. What are you doing to get there?
Yeah.
It's true. No, it's actually true. Hard work beats talent every single time ever. So you have, if you don't go out and get it, it's not gonna come to you, innit?
100%.
And that's the worst thing about it, because a lot of people just think,
they want to sit down and
yeah,
or they might even look at you, and this is where I struggle, because it's like people will look at you and think, oh, like, you know, they're doing it. It's not just getting done on a whim. Like it's a lot of prayer, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of hard. And then like we'll post something, I'll go on Made You Think, and everybody's just chatting fucking shit, like being rude about talking about my youth. Like, are you mad? Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's true. You don't know my struggle. You don't know what I've been through. You know what I'm dealing with. You know, like.
But I can't even watch the comments, because honestly, the first time I watched the comments, I was thinking, me. You talking about me? Me? Honestly, I can't, because that will really send me to depression.
But blog pages are like that, you know, and like the majority of it, I think it is like a follow fashion thing. You see one thing, but you can't let like
people's
negativity bring you down or stop you in your flow. So it's been a weird year, but I definitely feel like as individuals, I've definitely seen you guys' growth, and I see my own growth, but I feel like collectively, like I feel like we have all
even
pushed
each
other.
Like we've grown, like considering like things before.
We've overcome a lot as a
when business, not business, but business with your, it's like working with your
but business with your friends is telling, because you know what, this year especially along COVID and everything, I'm hearing some mad stories about certain people and their business partners, aka their friends, and it's just made me grateful because every hurdle that we've had to come to, we've overcome, and I've been satisfied with the way that you guys have carried, like, so that's calm, because can you imagine?
Do you know what? I quit. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't like you guys anymore.
Oh, God.
But that's why it's important that the people that you're surrounding yourself with have the same kind of mentality.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And if they're on a negative thing, get rid of them. Get rid. But back to what was you were saying about, I can't even remember what you were saying something anyway, it triggered something in my mind. The other day, a girl that I used to work with, she must have DM'd me, and I was just talking to her, and she was like, well, not again, she's my friend. But she was just like, oh, like, it seems like you're having such a good year, and and you know, you seem like you're doing all of the stuff that you wanted to do, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, sis, listen,
I have just about made it here.
Yeah, like, obviously, okay, well, you see me on Instagram or whatever, so you see, like, as we all know, you put your best bits, or barely. When you see me not posting on Instagram, that's when you know something's good. Something's low.
God forbid.
I can't cope, okay? But
I took a big L now.
Just leave me alone. I need to just hold the meds and be by myself for a second.
The meds is key, because it's like, I can't go on social media.
No, literally. But yeah, she was saying that, and I was like, honestly, like, it's nice that you say that, and I appreciate that. But this year's been hard. Yeah. This year has actually been hard, isn't it? And don't look at anything that I'm doing or whatever and just think, it's all hunky-dory, because it's not. But I appreciate the acknowledgement, because it has definitely been a good year just in terms of growth, as you were saying, growth for all of us collectively, growth for Down to Mars, actually taking it seriously, being consistent with it. Yeah. And I think, it's funny, because now, you know, people, I feel like the more other people take it seriously, then people jump on and take it seriously as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people weren't really,
like in the beginning you weren't supporting, now you want to talk. Okay.
Yeah, some people weren't really taking it seriously from the beginning, weren't really supporting, commenting, liking or anything, but then they see other people doing it, so they're just like, oh, actually, let me follow, let me do it. This is like,
but that's okay. All support is good support. We appreciate it.
No, of course. Not come to the party, that's fine.
No VIP, no guest list.
No, but it's true.
No, it's crazy. Do you know what? Yeah, I think with self-reflection, it's one of them things that it comes definitely after traumatic events, but it's like periodic. So it's just, there's no written rule, but I would actually like to speak to someone about a good way to actually self-reflect and action.
Meditation, maybe. I suppose that I've never done it, but I actually really want to try that. Maybe we should go on a retreat.
Meditating is very good.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I do.
I find it hard to meditate. My mind just starts doing
not
like
YouTube, babe. You just your mind's. She's
so spiritual. I didn't read my palm and tell me what's going to happen in the next 10 years. Go on, Nerissa, tell me.
Bye, girl.
much for watching today's episode.
Thank you.
We will try to do a second part. I think we spoke about doing a second part about mental health, self-reflection.
A lot of episodes coming.
It's coming.
But we gonna follow up. Okay.
It's coming.
Guests are coming soon as well, so make sure you're posted for that.
Definitely.
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, if you have any topic selections, make sure you DM us or message us individually, whatever. Comment, share, subscribe, and
Have a lovely Christmas, because it will be Christmas.
we will actually be recording episodes before Christmas, so don't worry about what she said.
It's not Abby, because Abby's drank too much Hennessy. Have a lovely Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay?
I will see you next time, guys.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.